Winner of the 2024 Texas Regional Radio Music Awards Internet Radio Station of the Year.
Uvalde Radio.
It's UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, we're coming at you live from Broadway 830 for Friday Night Live, where we feature the rising stars of Texas music every single Friday night. And we got a treat. First time here from Laredo, is that right?
That is correct.
We got Mick Cruz.
In the house. Oh, man. Thank you for having me.
First of all, man, you got a rock star name. Mick Cruz. I mean, that's like something like out of a 50s greaser movie or something, right? I mean,
I do enjoy this. I do like that. And actually, it originated from, they used to call me Mickey, back in the day.
Because you're so fun. You blow my mind.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, as I got older, I think Mickey wasn't going to transfer so much, so we decided to cut it. Correct. Exactly. So we cut off the EY, so we ended up with Mick. But I love it.
Mickey Cruz is cool though too. I mean, if you say it the right way, you can't say Mickey Cruz.
You were in I guess I was in high school then. I played a lot of sports back then. I was like, it's a little, I had that little, I got to be a tough guy kind of thing, even though I really wasn't a tough guy. But I like the Mick. It kind of really stood out. So I really like that.
And like in Rocky, unique. Where he's like Mick.
It was unique. Not too many people had it. So at the time in high school, I enjoyed it.
How about the last name Cruz? I've always wondered about Cruz, like the etymology of the name. Do you have any idea where the last name?
Absolutely not. I haven't done the deep dive and the research yet, but that's a good question. I think I will.
Yeah, you need to do that. Well, I've always kind of wondered that because there's some cool people, white and brown, named Cruz. I mean, if you take the Tom Cruise version.
Tom Cruise, spelled differently, but yes.
But, I don't know if it's a translation or what. No, very good, yeah. Well, because you're both so fine. You're so fine, you blow my mind.
I think you're going to do that throughout the show, I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to interject that as often as I can.
Every 5 minutes.
So, yes, we got Mick Cruz in from Laredo. So, did you come in from Laredo today?
Absolutely. I drove in directly.
Drive?
It was good. It wasn't too bad. I was enjoying it. I was listening to some music on the way over here, so it was fantastic. It was good.
So let me pick your brain. What kind of tunes? What are your road trip tunes?
Oh man, well, it's a little bit of everything. You'll probably freak out a little bit, but yeah, I listen to obviously the country music. I'll listen to even some rock. We talked about a little bit about it, of course, the rock and roll, some older rock, some newer rock, maybe some Creed. I even listen to a little Justin Bieber, type of acoustic Justin Bieber, where he's piano and that type of stuff, where it's too overproduced.
The kid can sing, man. You got to give.
Absolutely, he's a talented individual. I love that dude. Obviously, international rock. Got a little Maná in there that I really enjoy.
I was going to say Cinco de Mayo weekend. Got to represent La Raza, right?
That's obviously my favorite international rock band. Obviously, I don't have. So yeah, I love Maná too much. I've seen them too much. I've seen them quite a bit. So
cool.
Yeah, I have a little mix of everything, even R&B. Like, I'm a Bobby Brown kind of guy. I was...
Bobby Brown, like My Prerogative Bobby Brown, old school?
Yeah, old school
like it don't pay crow.
It's on there, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I have that. I have some Christian music on there as well.
Man.
And I have some... that was pretty much...
Speaking of Christian music...
Yeah.
Now, you used to go by Mickey Cruz. Wasn't there a guy, Nicky Cruz, that had like a big testimony? That was kind of one of those guys that used to be a gang member, like in the 60s, 70s, and he had this whole story. You should look that up. Look for it.
I need to look that up, but no, I don't.
There's a guy named,
off the top of my head.
I want to say his name is Nicky Cruz, and he was like this reform prison guy who found God, you know what I mean, and had this whole testimony thing from the 70s and 80s during that Jesus, movement.
It doesn't ring a bell, but I'll look it up.
Yeah, look
it
up.
It's got the Nicky, right?
Because it rhymes with what you do. So, man, well, I'd love to get just get an ear on your playlist there. How about like podcasts? Are you a fan of any like spoken
Actually, I'm
word
not
stuff?
really. Yeah, I don't do too much of the podcast. I listen to a lot of the stuff that I download on my phones. I listen to country music on the radio. A lot of people don't do that anymore. Obviously, we have our phones nowadays. Everything's either streaming or whatever you have on your phone. But I listen to the radio, too, so I change it up quite a bit.
I like that. I like taking a road trip, and when you're going through some of those remote towns,
absolutely,
you just see what's on that FM dial, even on the AM sometimes, just to see what's out there.
You pick up a new station that you've never heard before, and it kind of creeps on in with that static, and all of a sudden you hear a song you recognize, and then they play a couple more oldies or current ones, whatever it is. It's fantastic.
Well, like for me as a radio programmer, I think that, and I think it applies to musicians, it's good for a musician to hear other musicians, because then you get outside your bubble. You hear what other people are doing, and I know that as a radio programmer, a guy who runs radio stations, you have to constantly listen to your stations so you know what's going on and how they sound. But sometimes you can get in your own bubble, in your own echo chamber, and you have to hear other people what they're doing to go, oh my gosh, how did I miss that? Or maybe that's the trend or whatever. So anyway,
it's true. I mean, I listen to all of it, so I try to absorb as much as I can. And there's things that I like and I like to implement in my music or what I try to do. But I mean, you're right. Sometimes there's trendy things that I don't know if they're going to last too much, but there's some songs that are written like that just they last the forever, like the dance or something to that effect, where it never gets old.
Absolutely.
And so I love those types of songs. So
Hey,
I listen to everything.
I dig your outlook. Again, we got Mick Cruz in from Laredo making his Uvalde. Is this your first time in Uvalde? Mm-hmm. So first time to play, first time in actually the city?
First time
for everything?
Yeah. I drove around a little bit around this area here. Cool. It's really pretty. I found this entrance here, and I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. And they say the pizza's great here, by the way, here at Broadway 830, if I'm not mistaken. Right? There you go, Broadway 830.
Yeah, so y'all get over here to see Mick Cruz tonight. We're doing this interview till about 6:30, and then, of course, live music starts at 7 o'clock. Delicious artisan pizza. We've got $4 pints until 10 p.m. tonight, and there's always some really cool drink specials. Since it's a new month, they have these new May drink specials, and some of them are pretty cool. One of them tastes like an Orange Julius.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you can't even get an Orange Julius at Dairy Queen anymore these days, so it's definitely, think of an Orange Julius with a little bit of vodka.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, yeah. It's a good time. So
me
and Mick are going to have a shot a little bit later tonight.
Absolutely.
And we're going to try something different, at least something different for me. But Mick, let's go ahead and get into the music. Well, first of all, you've got a new single. Let's go ahead and play that now. So we've already introduced you, got a little bit of chit-chat going on.
Okay.
We'll play your new single, then we'll come back, we'll talk all about the new track, okay?
Thank you very much.
So the latest one is called Everything's Better With You, right?
That's correct.
That is the current one, so we're going to do that right now. Y'all check it out. Mick Cruz performing tonight at Broadway 830, and this is UvaldeRadio.net.
The first smell of jasmine on an early sunrise, the warm feel of blankets where cuddles feel so nice. You have a heart of gold and it's all I want to own. So let's do this right and take this nice and slow. Any place, anywhere, with you I'll go. You're a warm cup of coffee on a cold, cold winter morning. Your smell left on my pillow that makes me smile, makes me smile. You're a Sunday evening porch swing. You're in my favorite songs I'm singing. Those endless nights talking till the 4:30. I love what you do. Everything's better with you. Let the fireflies shine to set the mood just right. Yeah. Lock your pinky with mine, 'cause I don't want you too far. And let's make a wish on forever next shooting star. My best days are spent where you are. You're a warm cup of coffee on a cold, cold winter morning. Your smell left on my pillow that makes me smile, makes me smile. You're a Sunday evening porch swing. You're in my favorite songs I'm singing. Those endless nights talking till the 4:30. I love what you do. Everything's better with you. You're a Sunday evening porch swing. You're in my favorite songs I'm singing. Those endless nights talking till the 4:30. I love what you do. Yeah, I love what you do. I love what you do. Everything's better with you.
It's UvaldeRadio.net. This is Friday Night Live. We're at Broadway 830. The address is 100 East Main Street, downtown Uvalde. We've got Mick Cruz in tonight. That's his new single called Everything's Better With You, climbing up the Texas charts. And we're excited to have Mick here in Uvalde for the very first time. So far, off to a great time, enjoying our talk. We haven't even really talked music yet, Mick. So
we have not. We've talked about life.
I know, man. It's good stuff. So the new song, Everything's Better With You, how long has this been out there in the radio ether?
Oh, that's a couple of months now through G289 Productions and Entertainment and Production with Cynthia. It's doing well. I mean, I first time I get to work with her, she's a fantastic radio promoter and producer. That she's getting it out there as far as possible.
She works hard. She hustles behind the scenes.
She does. She does. She's great. And so it's been out there for a good while. I don't know exactly the exact amount of weeks at this point. I usually have everything on a calendar at home.
Right.
Pretty organized. But yeah, I'm out of the element today. But yeah, it's doing well. I mean, it's doing well thanks to her.
Now I know this. You said the first time you're working with her. I know you've at least got a couple of other singles you've released to Texas Radio. How many tracks specifically to radio have you released?
Yeah, the first one was Without You.
Okay.
That was the first track, and the second one was I Love You More.
Okay.
Was the second track, and then now this is the third one.
Now, did you release those independently? Did you use a different promoter?
Yeah, I used a different promoter at the time. I think Dylan. Shout out to Dylan out there. Dylan helped me with Without You.
Okay.
I Love You More was done with a different person. Didn't really necessarily get the traction that I really needed, and then of course the third one I ended up with Cynthia.
Very cool. All right, so you're learning. I mean, working with different people is actually pretty key in this Texas country red dirt scene. You know, I think as far as artists with promoters, a fit is very important to make sure that the person that you're working with has the right fit and the mission kind of is on point,
absolutely.
Right?
She made me feel comfortable. We talked on the phone. It was really effortless. So I already knew that she's probably going to be somebody I can work with and really easy to talk to.
Now, how many artists are based out of Laredo? Is the Kix?
Yeah, Kix is out there.
He's out there?
Yeah, shout out to Kix. Kix Garcia's out there, and he's doing his thing, and it's myself as kind of really the two that are trying to get out there to try and get our music out there to Texas radio.
So give us a snapshot of the Laredo, Texas country music. I'm sure you guys have a good Mexican, Spanish music scene.
Absolutely. There's a lot of influence of Tejano and, of course, banda. I think that they call it now, which is big band type of thing. That's very influential in Laredo. Now, the country scene it's good, right? It's solid, but I wish it could be a little bit better. But since there's so much of that banda and Spanish influence, I mean, I think it's still, let's call it king, right? In Laredo at this point. But we do well. And I'll give a shout out again to Kix Garcia. We do well in our little our town, and we seem to be doing pretty well.
Well, you guys are the kings of that. You got that monopoly, that little corner of the market, right?
And thanks. Laredo's been great with us. They've supported us, and the people out there. Shout out to Laredo. Thank you so much for supporting us because they do. They really
Very
do.
cool. Now, obviously, it's great to have some love in your hometown, but with radio, it affords you the opportunity to visit radio stations, get out to different markets. Do you have any other strongholds in other cities that you do really well in?
I'm new to this, even though I'm a little bit older in the group, but definitely trying to learn, like you were saying, the means, and trying to learn the circuit and how it's done, and things like that. So this is new to me. So I don't know if I have a real big stronghold yet, but we're going to get there.
That's what we're doing, right? That's what we're working
towards it.
So the new song, Everything's Better With You, the third official single to be released by Mick Cruz here. Tell me, in your experience, what's different about this track, this single, and first of all, let's start with this. How did it come to you? Is this your song? You're right. Is it written by somebody else?
Yeah, everything is written and the music was done by me. It was produced by Diego Garcia down in Laredo as well. He's the one that helped me put it all together. But the song came about. It's funny because I was moving my daughter back. She's in San Antonio going to St. Mary's University, and I was moving her back home, and she was coming for the summer. And we were listening to I was listening to her tunes. Obviously, remember I was telling you everybody has their songs, and she put me some of your music. I want to hear what you listen to.
Yeah.
And there was, some really cool songs that she had that I had never heard, obviously, right, being that I'm not in that same era or something. But something had snuck out on one of the songs, and it was funny. It was everything. It was a phrase that said something that everything is better with you or fun with you, and it was within a song. It wasn't a title track or anything. It was kind of a phrase, and I was like, you know what, babe? And I told her, I said, that would be a good title song because you know what, I'm here driving with you. And I'm having a blast. Like, we're doing nothing if you really think about it. We're driving home.
Yeah.
We're listening to music. And because you're here, you just make it better.
Wow, what a great story.
Boom. So that was born right there.
I love
Everything's
that.
better with you.
And we talked a little bit about off the air. My daughter's 17, going to graduate high school. Going to be going up. I'm about to be an empty nester pretty soon, so I love hearing that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, and I am an empty nester already. My son's already a sophomore. He's finishing up his associates down in Laredo, and my daughter is already a junior here, and not here.
I'm gonna have to make road trips to Laredo, keep you company, man. Maybe join the band part time or something like that.
Absolutely, man. You're more than welcome. Let me know.
So your songs, do they tend to get inspired by this kind of personal stuff?
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes obviously life comes into play a lot with all the songs that I have. I have a ton of songs. Believe it or not, my catalog's actually pretty big, but I've really only released these 3 to radio. So I shot a bunch of them to Cynthia. As a matter of fact, I shot some today. I go, Cynthia, these are a bunch of songs because we're trying to hunt for that next single that's going to come up obviously after this one, right? So I go, here's a bunch of songs, and you tell me which one you like and what you think, because I mean I have my favorites, but sometimes we're a little biased, and I like to get fresh ears. And she'll bounce it around too, and get some feedback and stuff like that, which is fantastic. I love the process in a way, because I love the feedback, whether it's positive or negative. Hey, it comes with the business. It's a process, and so that's kind of the deal, I guess.
Okay, so let's specify once again now. These 3 songs you had put to radio, are they the only ones you have recorded, or do you have other stuff?
No, I have a lot recorded, definitely.
So is all on Spotify, streaming available?
No, they're not up yet, though.
Okay.
Everything's down. It's on my catalog. They're on a hard drive at my house, but we're recorded, and I actually had an opportunity to... 10 years ago, obviously I just aged myself, right? I went to go work with a guy named Tomas Costanza in L.A., and we did a whole album. And at the time, he asked me, well, what kind of album or what kind of music are you planning on making? I go, well, at the time I was really into this, Jason Aldean had just come out with the Green Tractor and She's Country, and I was like, you know what, man, I love that edginess type of thing. I'm a rocker, by heart. Actually, I was a rocker. Some people call it
bro country. I got no problem with it.
Yeah,
I got no problem with it.
and it's true. And so I went over there and we recorded 10 songs in L.A. and he did a great job. Shout out to Tomas Costanza. I don't know if he's gonna hear it. He's in L.A. But anyways, shout out to him, and he helped me produce that one. And we wrote songs. We got a team. We co-wrote all these songs on that one, and there's some on there that hopefully will make it to radio. And maybe we'll be back here again. I'll tell you that story and maybe now how I just introduced it to you. Then we'll finish it later.
So as best as you can recall, how many actual fully recorded songs do you have? And second part of the question, about how many songs are living in your head or on paper?
Oh, okay. So we got about 20 recorded already. Cool. That are pretty much ready to rock and roll. And then I have about another 10 probably on paper.
Cool.
So yeah.
All right, man. So you're gonna be doing this for a while.
It's funny because I do write. I write, but I do write Christian music too. So I have also songs that are Christian, and I guess sometimes I always think of that, the crossover of country music, which is the classic country that kind of has a lot of influential Christian, type of I guess you would say background. So. I guess that's why I got influenced, and I started writing, I'm going to write a Christian song, and so I started writing Christian songs. Now, I tried to write a Spanish song, but it didn't go well. It didn't go too well because I think my Spanish is a little limited. I do speak Spanish, obviously, but when you're writing, there's some words that, you got to...
Right.
Yeah. So I guess I have to write it in English and have somebody come and help me.
Yeah, you got to get some kind of linguist, expert. But the thing is, when things get lost in translation...
Absolutely.
And there are arguments about the best way to translate to Spanish, because... you'll have some people that want to translate proper, and then sometimes, especially with genre music, the colloquialism is going to be the way to go. So you got to figure out, what that is. And if you're really, again, for me, like Spanish is not, I'm not fluent in Spanish, so that I couldn't even think about doing that.
Yeah. Definitely. But I wanted to challenge myself, and obviously that challenge is still a challenge.
Yeah.
So, and I guess you have to find the right person that can really translate and get you the vision of the song, and maybe kind of help you use some, whether it's poetic, like you're saying, it could be translated a little bit differently, but still have that same, not lose the meaning of the song.
Well, and as a Latino, you're very aware that you're almost going to be hypercritical of yourself because that other people are going to be like paying attention and watching. So yeah, good on that. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
Again, we've got Mick Cruz here performing tonight for Broadway 3O's Friday Night Live, 7 to 10 p.m. live on the big stage over here I say big because it's kind of big for the size of the patio. $4 pints till 10 p.m. tonight. Some great pizza, some cool drink specials, and of course, UvaldeRadio.net. We'll be out here passing out some freebies and stuff too. So, Mick, we got your other singles. Let's go ahead and play another song, and then I think you got your guitar there too. Maybe we'll get a live version of your new single. But I've got "I Love You More" or "Without You." Which one do you want to pick?
Try "I Love You More" to get a little bit more ears on that one.
All right, cool. All right, check this out, guys. This is Mick Cruz with "I Love You More," and this is Friday Night Live on UvaldeRadio.net.
The sound of the morning rain hits the roof, and I still can't believe I get to wake up next to you. Makes me wonder how lucky a man could be. I take a minute to thank the Lord and all He's given me. I need you 'cause you're my best friend, like peas in a pot together till the end. I said I love you and I always will. I can't help but smile even if I try when you say you love me more than I. Don't be silly, girl, we've been through this before. You know I love you more. Let's pack a few things and head out west. We can drive for miles, singing the songs we like best. Get lost in a moment and slow down the time. Yeah. So convinced your heart holds more love than mine. I need you 'cause you're my best friend, like peas in a pot together till the end. I said I love you and I always will. I can't help but smile even if I try when you say you love me more than I. Don't be silly, girl, we've been through this before. You know I love you more. I need you 'cause you're my best friend, like peas in a pot together till the end. I said I love you and I always will. I can't help but smile even if I try when you say you love me more than I. Don't be silly, girl, we've been through this before. Don't be silly, girl, we've been through this before. You know I love you more. You know I love you more.
It's UvaldeRadio.net. This is Friday Night Live. We're live at Broadway 830 100 East Main Street, downtown Uvalde. We do it every Friday evening from 6 to 6:30 p.m., featuring the rising stars of Texas music. And right now, we got a big star out of Laredo, Texas. We got Mick Cruz here once again. Good to have you here, sir. That was a track
Thank
called
you.
"I Love You More," and
Yeah.
it's great to hear your tunes. Getting excited to see you live on the patio out here. Look, they've even got flashy lights
I
behind
saw
you.
it. I
I'll
saw
celebrate.
it.
I'm about to have a seizure.
Like, what happened? So there's blinking lights already. Ready to rock and roll.
So once again, welcome to Uvalde. I'm excited
you.
For you to have a
you.
beer and some pizza. We haven't done our shot yet.
That's right.
I'm going to order some. We're going to do some scotch, right?
We can do whatever you want.
So assuming they
let's try
have
Scotch. Let's see what they have.
Assuming they have what you.
If not, I want to have what you said you
I'm
want.
going to do your go-to, and if they don't have yours, then we'll go to my go-to.
Okay, let's try that.
So again, Mick Cruz is here performing tonight on the patio, 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead now. We haven't done this. Kind of been skipping in herky-jerky a little bit here, but let's go back to the early days. Your earliest influences in music.
George.
What got you in it? When did you pick up the guitar? When did you realize you can sing all that
Well,
stuff?
King George was the influence, and it was funny that the first time my brother was actually, I must have been, I don't know, 10, 11. Well, let's go back a little bit more because I actually got influenced by my mother. My mother used to sing in the church.
Yeah.
So I was watching
love it when
her.
the story begins that way.
And it was funny because I was little, right? So
Yeah.
I would see her sing, and not to I'm not biased. My mom can sing.
Right, yeah.
Man, she can belt it back. Obviously she's a little older now. I love you, mother. But man, she's Ave Maria and all that stuff. Man, she used to freaking nail it. So
Yeah.
there was one particular time where she was singing at a wedding, and I was fortunate enough to just go stand by her, and I looked up and I saw her belting it out, and I was like, dang. And I was inspired so much. Like, how does she do that? Like, all these questions started going into my brain, man. I was like, how do you control the voice? How does that? And she did it so well. And that's how I was, it sparked something. Of course, I was probably little, so I thought about that, and I moved on and started playing something, whatever. But then a little bit later on, and as I got older, my brother finally picked up the guitar. He's 5 years older than I am, and he was learning how to play George Strait. He was learning how to play the Chair and the classics, Cowboy Rides Away and Oceanfront Property and all these songs. And I was like, wow, man, these are really cool. I like these. Well, I was listening to it because he was trying to fight. But I was like, his name's Marco, but we call him Bo. Go Bo. That sounds great. You're playing it. I think you're playing it okay, but man, you sound terrible. But I could see that he was trying, and I was. It sparked my mind.
Well, isn't it fun whenever you're young and you see somebody that you don't know anything about what their talent level is or whatever, but when you see them, whether it's on stage acting or you see them singing, performing for the first time, you're like, oh wow!
Yes.
It just makes you just pay a little bit more. It perks you up, your attention, and you're like, whoa, there's that person. Yeah,
he did, and he had the guitar, and I was like, looking at the guitar shiny, it was all this, whatever we could afford at the time. But he started playing, and I'm a left-hander, by the way. So he played the guitar right-handed, so I was kind of out of luck. He goes, so if I ever wanted to play the guitar, well, I had to play it like that. He was older. He was my older brother.
You should have done like a Beatles tribute band,
he kicked my butt, so I can't change it. So I was the young mutt, and I was the youngest of the family. So, as we started playing, I got
Mutt
hooked.
Cruz. That'd be a cool rock and roll name. Mutt Cruz. We'll try that out.
I don't know if it'll fly, man. But anyways, and then I ended up getting a guitar. I told my mother, hey, I want to get a guitar. And so they got me a guitar. And so we started jamming together, and little by little started going like that. I started getting better. I played a lot more. My voice came out a couple of times. He started telling me, well, maybe you should sing. And then in high school, I was a basketball player.
You think? How tall are you, man? You're pretty tall, dude.
6'1". But I did pretty well back then. But so basketball was king for me, right?
Right.
But I was playing music in the background. But it was a time where I felt they frown upon a jock because you're doing well in basketball. That no room for music yet.
Right.
So I was learning and playing and writing already back then. My songs, I even have some of them. They're horrible, but I was writing back in the day. And then. So then the guys in high school, later in high school, they wanted to start a band, a rock band. I was like, okay, well, maybe we'll do that a little bit. So we started playing for friends, nothing too much, and then it just snowballed from there, man.
It's interesting though when you're at that age in high school because you've got your sports organization. They expect 100%, 110%, really.
Absolutely.
And then but you've also got that love, the passion for the music and whatnot. But was it pulling on you from both sides, or did you make it work pretty easily? Are you pretty good at multitasking?
I was able. No, basketball was number one at the time. And so when I finished, the funny thing is I went off to college. So eventually I went up to TSA, and so there is where I started playing the guitar, for friends and
kind of
barbecue.
A little more there,
where you're cooking. Hey, Mick, pay that, whatever. Okay, well, let me see what I can play, what I can pull out, And we were all singing together, and all of a sudden I started singing, and 2 people came, 4 people, then you have 6 people, then you have 8 people, then it started getting bigger and bigger every time we did something.
Wow.
And I was like, well, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe I should, start a band or something. But I really gravitated to the country back in the day when my brother started learning some of those, and they kind of really dug in at the time. I tried to sing some rock and roll, like AC/DC, and obviously you can't do AC/DC. Nobody can really do AC/DC.
Right.
Not even Axl Rose, even him trying it, right?
Even AC/DC has a hard time doing AC/DC.
Absolutely. So I said, maybe rock and roll's not necessarily my thing at the time.
Yeah.
So I kind of went to country. I said, maybe I have a little bit of those deep tones. Maybe I can make it work. And so I stuck with it, and it worked.
Very cool, man. Well, I love that, man. I love hearing the early stories. So what's next? I mean, we're going to play one of your songs. We're also going to work on getting our ceremonial shot here.
Yeah, let's do it.
But what's your goal? I mean, what's the end game for you? What's all this for?
I think what happens is I've been doing music for a long time, believe it or not. I put a lot of it on hold early on. That's why I have a lot of this music that's recorded already, because it was ready to go, but I never was able to record it, so I put it on hold. Obviously, do the dad thing, do coaching my kids, and seeing all their.
Well, hey, if you don't mind me asking, what has been your profession during the off years when you were actively pursuing music?
I work for CBP.
Okay.
I am a customs guy.
Cool.
So basically, I did music, when I was.
And thank you for what you do. We appreciate that.
You're welcome. No worries. And so basically, but the hours that I had were a little tough, but I try to fix my schedule where I can be dads.
Yeah.
I mean, a dad, a coach, go watch my daughter play volleyball, my son play basketball. So I put a lot of the music, I try to do in between, but it's not the same, because I really wanted to be there through those years.
Sure. Yeah.
And say, okay, and looking back now, I coached my son up until 6th grade, or up until when he finally got a real coach, right, where you have to let go at that point. I saw my daughter play, volleyball all the way through, and she's still playing today at St. Mary's at collegiate volleyball. So I have no regrets. I had to put music in the back burner for a while, and I don't regret it. I don't at all. I had a blast with my kids, and I would do it all over again.
And it's like we were talking about earlier. Now you're an empty nester, right? So now you got more time to pursue this. And
you hit it. That's exactly where I was going. So now that I have a little bit more time and they're older, now I have a little bit more time to let's see if we can strategize a little bit and maybe do it a little differently. So that's why I'm getting some of these radio promoters and stuff like that to see if I can get it out there a little further, than I've ever had before. Because back then it was just Laredo.
What a great way to stay young, though. To give you another goal, to give you a kind of a restart, a reset. You know what I mean? To do, you've already done this. You've already grown kids. You've got success, in a career, all that stuff. But then now you get to a point where you can try, to reach for a different set of stars. What a great story.
Absolutely.
Man.
We're going to put the music out there. And I don't want to sit on it. I want to put it out there because I don't even know what I'm sitting on, honestly. You just never know, because, if you don't put it out there and try, you're just never going to know if people enjoy it. It may touch at least 1, 2, 3 people's lives in a positive way, which I've had, when I do perform back in the day. I remember people saying, man, your song, influenced me, or your song touched me, and you know what? It was worth it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's all worth it.
What a great story. We're going to do another one of those songs right now. I know we're running a little bit late, but what the heck? As long as we get you on stage by 7, we'll be good. We're going to do one called Without You. Go and give me a quick intro about what Without You is about.
Without You is a classic love song. It's just a matter of I wanted to write something about, obviously missing that special person. Mm-hmm. It's heartbreak, and it's really straightforward. Love song, just Without You.
The base of country music.
Absolutely.
Right there. Y'all check it out. This is Mick Cruz, Without You, on Friday Night Live. We are UvaldeRadio.net.
It's been so long since my heart has felt this way. Every touch made me feel so strong. I can't deny that I let your love slip away. I just can't believe that you're still gone. 'Cause without you in my life, well, I just needed time. Give me one chance just to show how much I need you. Yeah, my heart has skipped a beat since we both have been apart. Been so hard living my life without you. I'm sure by now you're convinced that I don't care. I'd give my life just to change your mind. And if I'd call, no telling what trouble that could bring. To hear you tell me your heart's still mine. 'Cause without you in my life, well, I just need time. Give me one chance just to show how much I need you. Yeah, my heart has skipped a beat since we both have been apart. Been so hard living my life without you. 'Cause without you in my life, well, I just need time. Give me one chance just to show how much I need you. Yeah, my heart has skipped a beat since we both have been apart. Been so hard living my life without you. It's been so hard living my life without you. Without you.
UvaldeRadio.net. We are doing Friday Night Live here at Broadway, 830-100 East Main Street, downtown Uvalde. If you are Uvalde local or in the surrounding areas, you still have time to come on down and enjoy great live music by our friend Mick Cruz out of Laredo, Texas, making his Uvalde debut. He's made his UvaldeRadio.net interview debut here tonight, I believe. Yes. So come on out here and enjoy the show. That was Mick's song called Without You, and we're going to get a little live performance by Mick here in a minute. But before we get into that, Mick, because I don't want to forget, we'll do it at the end. But give us all the websites, socials, the best ways to find you.
Yeah, all the social media. You have Mick Cruz Music for Instagram, Facebook, X is what it's called now.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course, I have the website, www.mickcruzmusic.com. You can find it there. Some of the shows that we'll do, I always put them up there as well. Yeah, I think that covers pretty much all of them that I have. I have TikTok as well, so I'll put random stuff up there. It's it's pretty fun. I'm getting to. My son helps me with obviously trying to put some of these things up because I think Facebook was the one I used for the longest time, but now it's like...
Oh, they make fun of us for that because we're old. Yeah, right. It's crazy.
I was going to say, but so my son helps me out a lot with that, especially with Instagram and stuff like that, so...
I cannot wrap my around. I mean, I can use Instagram, okay, but I don't get it. I mean, I still don't want... TikTok is just, I'm completely lost.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as how it works, and then, a while back there was Snapchat, which to me is absolutely useless. So, but you have to, but if you're really serious about, getting your stuff out there, you've got to, you have to just kind of...
I agree. I even got the X one, which was Twitter, I guess, that
right.
Elon, I guess, took it over, but I'll put random stuff out there sometimes too, just life, maybe. So it's fun.
Well, I love you, man. You're a cool guy. I'm going to make sure and follow you and all your stuff. Again, the website is mickcruzmusic.com, and just type in on your Google search Mick Cruz Music, and all the good stuff should come up. So Mick, earlier we played your single, Everything's Better With You. We're going to do that one live now, right?
Yeah, let's try it.
So do the live version here. So, again, guys, this is the performer tonight at Friday Night Live, Broadway 830, right here, live music on the patio, starting up at 7 p.m. This is the live version of his new single called Everything's Better With You. Mick Cruz on UvaldeRadio.net.
First smell of jasmine on an early sunrise. The warm feel of blankets where cuddles feel feel so nice. Yeah. You have a heart of gold, and it's all I want. So let's do this right and take this nice and slow. Any place, anywhere, with you I'll go. You're a warm cup of coffee on a cold, cold winter morning. Your smell left on my pillow that makes me smile, makes me smile. You're a Sunday evening porch swing. You're in my favorite songs I'm singing. Those endless nights talking till 4:30. I love what you do. Everything's better with you. Oh yeah. We'll use the cover of night and turn down the house lights. Let the fireflies shine to set the mood just right, yeah. Wrap your pinky with mine, 'cause I don't want you to fall. And let's make a wish on forever next shooting star. My best days are spent where you are. You're a warm cup of coffee on a cold, cold winter morning. Your smell left on my pillow that makes me smile, makes me smile. You're a Sunday evening porch swing. You're in my favorite songs I'm singing. Those endless nights talking till 4:30. I love what you do. Everything's better with you. You're a Sunday evening porch swing. You're in my favorite songs I'm singing. Those endless nights talking till 4:30. I love what you do. Yeah, I love what you do. I love what you do. Everything's better with you. Oh, everything's better with you. There you go.
Nice.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
All right. UvaldeRadio.net, Friday Night Live. That is Mick Cruz out of Laredo, Texas, the live version of Everything's Better With You, his current single to Texas Radio. And you can actually stream that on YouTube as well as other platforms as well, I'm sure. Mick, that was awesome, man. Your voice,
Thank you, man.
Gorgeous,
Thank you
dude.
so much.
Love it. So much heart, man. I just love what you do, man. It's good stuff.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's a lot of allergies out there today, so I was like, wait, it's a little itchy back there. But thank you so much.
Maybe a little rasp never hurts.
A little rasp.
Right?
That's exactly right.
Hey, and you know what? I need your medicine, right? So while during that song, we got a couple of shots lined up here. So let's do this.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and grab one. I'm going to get my ceremonial photo of you real quick. Go ahead and grab a shot. I'll grab one too.
I'm gonna grab this one first.
We're gonna. Now this is my first time doing this.
Okay.
So hold that up for me real quick.
Yes, sir.
And there we go. Now, tell the audience what we're gonna drink here today.
This is a Johnny Walker Black.
I've never had Johnny Walker. Can you believe that?
Johnny Walker is it's a Scotch.
Yeah, I'm not really a Scotch guy.
Really?
So now
really?
I'm a whiskey guy. What's the difference just for the uncultured swine like myself? What's the difference?
That you put me on the spot because I don't know what's actually in there. So
well, no, this is your Coke. We got a Coke back.
Oh,
just in case
okay.
it's harsh on me. I mean, it smells real nice though. So my rule is,
Now this is you can sip. This is normally I'll drink this on the rocks, and I'll sip it. Or if you obviously buy the Johnny Walker 18s or 21 years, then you can definitely get it neat, which is without anything. This is considered neat.
This is neat here.
Yes.
I think it's beyond neat. I think it's awesome. No, but so what do you suggest? Shoot the whole thing or just a sip?
I would rather you sip it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Tequila, if it was tequila, I would say let's just
get it out of there quick. Yeah.
But this,
all right.
And it seems to be a little chilled, if I'm not mistaken, right? It feels cool.
I don't know. We asked for it neat, so hopefully maybe it was just chilled because it's cooler inside.
All right, man.
All right.
It's to you.
Salute.
Uvalde Radio, man.
Right.
Thank you so much.
To Mick Cruz. Here we go.
How is it?
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I can do that. Oh, yeah. That's better than a lot of whiskeys, man. Wow.
Yes, yeah. The Johnny Walker is definitely at the house.
Yeah.
I have the green, I have the gold, and I have the blue.
Really? Okay. What are the differences?
Years.
Huh.
So you have the black is going to be the 12, the green is going to be the 15, the gold will be the 18, and of course the blue is going to be the 21.
So how does the age differ on the taste? And
There definitely is, because actually now that I have them at the house, I've done a taste test. Obviously I had to do that, right? You have them all, so
yeah,
I'm like,
of course.
oh, right, let's try it out. So when you have them side by side, you can tell the subtle differences. But if you're not a big Scotch drinker, then you probably won't.
Just going to be Scotch.
Yeah,
here it goes down.
But if you're a Scotch
down
drinker,
into my belly.
Definitely.
Hey, now I could be like Anchorman, Ron Burgundy, having my first Scotch.
I hope you start drinking and you're going to think of me now.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm having another sip right now.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. It goes down pretty easy.
Yeah, it is smooth, man. It's
and
nice.
then you just put a little ice on it, too, and you're going to be just fine.
I love it, man. I'm learning stuff, learning about Mick Cruz here, and learning about some Scotch. So
absolutely.
Thank you for all your wisdom, sir. One more time, MickCruzMusic.com. That's the website. Follow my all the socials. Real quick, let's wrap up this thing. I know that during the break, you mentioned, maybe you've opened up for some great acts. Go ahead and do some humble bragging now, man. Tell us who you've warmed the stage for and everything.
Oh man, I guess the biggest one that I've been proud of is Jason Aldean. At least I've been in Laredo, thanks to obviously got a communication. She was the one that was at the promotion company. She was the one that brought all these artists down, and she had a lot of confidence in my talents. So Jason Aldean was one of them. Obviously Tracy Lawrence, Kevin Fowler, Randy Rogers, Tracy Bird, Bellamy Brothers, Rick Trevino. I'm probably going to miss some, but I've opened up for just about everybody. I opened up the show for just about everybody you can imagine in Laredo. So I've been very fortunate.
Yeah.
I've learned. I've watched. Because I was obviously a little bit younger back then, and try to learn as much as I possibly can, and how they entertain people and how they sing, and to bring the respect of country music as much as possible. And so I try to do my part and again respect country music.
I got to say this, man. I mean, just from the 3 minutes that you were playing live here on the radio. Now this radio, so the listeners didn't catch on this, but I did take some video.
Awesome.
You got that charm. You got that charisma. You got that special little thing.
No,
you know
you're
what
just
I mean?
saying that.
No, I'm not really.
Because you have Scotch.
Because no, seriously. And I'm a dude, a straight dude. You know what I mean? You just got that twinkle in your eye, man. The little mannerisms, the little, you know what I mean? And it's an art. It's an ability that not everybody has. You got some great vocalists, great songwriters, but if they can't get on stage and they can't look charming, and I guess they just don't have that, like I said, that twinkle in their eye that makes you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I think they call it the it.
Yeah, it's just an it factor. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people that you can recognize. You see, what that person is. Definitely got it.
Yeah, they want to be here. They want to do it. They're born for it.
Yes, they're just made for that. And there's some people that are very talented out there. Believe me, they are. But you're right. They don't have that little something that person. Even though maybe they sing better, but maybe this other person just sells it better.
That thing that lets you know that they're absolutely comfortable with what they're doing and that they own it.
I agree.
Very good. So, Mick Cruz, you got that. So
thank you, man.
It's been a pleasure getting to know you. Real quick, any upcoming gigs you want to plug or anything else?
Right
news?
now, you can go to the website and plug in some. A lot of these gigs that I do are going to be. Some of them are going to be private, but some of them will be out there where you can go ahead and see me and catch me. So the best thing to do is probably just go to the website and look me up. Or social media, I'll plaster it everywhere if I'm going to have a show coming up. So if you follow me on Mick Cruz Music on all social media websites, you'll definitely know where I'm going to play. And if you can make a show, come up, give me a holler, say hello.
You will not be disappointed, man. So come on out tonight to see Mick perform at Friday Night Live, Broadway 830, 100 East Main Street, downtown Uvalde. Showtime is in about 12 minutes from right now. So get your butt on down here, Mick. It's been an honor and pleasure to get to know you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, and God bless.
Thank you. All right, and that's going to wrap up Friday Night Live on UvaldeRadio.net. We now resume regular programming.